The lesson today is area of a circle, and the formula to find the area of a circle is A, which stands for area, equals pi r squared. So take the time to write that down. A, which stands for the area of a circle, is equal to pi, which is always 3.14, times, you don't have to put the the dot there for times, you just put them right next to each other, and that means to multiply. Okay, the radius squared. And remember, that means the radius times the radius. It doesn't mean take the radius and multiply it by 2. It means radius times radius. So here we've got a circle. So let's find out what the area of that circle means. An area is talking about the inside. How many square units are on the inside? And when we say square units, we mean exactly that. If I was to divide this up into equal squares, how many of these square units would there be? And you literally would just count them up. But in a circle, it's a little difficult because you got some that's just this big, you've got full ones, you've got half ones, you've got little tiny ones. So it's hard to count up the squares in a circle. So we have the formula, pi r squared. So how many square units? Okay, so we take our pi, so the area is equal to 3.14 times the radius, right here, is 2 inches, 2 squared, which is equal to 3.14. 2 times 2 is 4, which is equal to 12 point, I'm going to get my calculator going here, is equal to 12.56 inches squared. This 2 stands for squared. All right, this 2 here, we say that's squared. And really, literally, it stands for squares. 12.56 inches squared is the area of that circle. All right, and all you have to do is plug in the formula. Let's try another one. Okay, here is another circle. The area is pi r squared. So we work this out by saying the area is equal to pi, which is 3.14, times the r, which stands for the radius. The radius is 4 centimeters, so it's 4 squared. And that's not 4 times 2, it's 4 times 4. Okay, so we now have area is equal to 3.14 times 4 times 4 is 16. And then you plug that into your calculator, 3.14 times 16, and we get the area is 50.24. Go back to see how it's labeled, centimeters squared. And that is our answer. Easy peasy, right? Easy as pie. Okay, and yes, use your calculators because sometimes there's going to be decimals, and then you also have to make sure you read the directions to say, find out to what okay, I can speak. What are you going to round it to? The nearest tenth, the nearest hundredth, etc. Okay, I think it's time already for you guys to practice. Let's go. Okay. I just realized there is one more thing I want to show you, and that is when you have a circle, and they don't give you the radius, they give you the diameter. So what are you supposed to do then? Well, remember the radius is just half the diameter. It's half of it. So you would take 7 and then divide it by 2. Okay. All right. So 7 divided by 2 is, or just cut it in half, is 3.5. Right? Because if I add 3.5 plus 3.5, I get 7.0, which is 7. So half of 7 is 3.5. So right here. That's it. Now I can work out my problem because I've got 3.14 times 3.5 squared. All right, so on your calculator, 3.5, and you have to square it. And so that's going to be 12.25. So we have 3.14 times 12.25. Calculators, plug that in. 3.14 equals, let's round this to the nearest tenth, shall we? All right, so we get 38.465. And we want to round it to the nearest tenth, which is right here. So we look at the 6 to figure out what we're going to do with that 4. The 6 is 5 or higher, so that 4 is going to go 8.5. Look at what the labeling is. Meters squared. And that is our answer to the nearest tenth. All right, so when you get a diameter, just cut it in half and then square it. Okay, now you're ready. All right, go ahead and work out these 5 problems. Pause the recording, and when you're done, turn it on and we'll go over them and see how you did. All right, good luck. Look at your notes and look at the formula. Pause. Okay, here we've got the answers. Let's take a look at number 1. The area, 3.14 times the radius, 3 squared. So 3.14 times 9, and we get 28.26 meters squared. Number 2. Now I've given you the diameter. Remember, we need the radius, which here's half of 10 is 5. How'd you do with that one? Did you remember? So 3.14 times 5 squared, 3.14 times 25, we get 78.5 feet squared. All right, over here, 3.14 times 4.2 squared, which is 3.14 times 17.64, and we get this big long number, and I forgot to tell you what to round it to, but so it works out pretty well if we round it to the nearest tenth. Okay, so 55.4. If you give this whole long answer, that's fine. Remember to label it meters squared. Number 4, 3.14 times 8 squared is 8 squared is 64. So 3.14 times 64, 200.96 meters squared. Over here, you were given the diameter, but you need the radius, and the radius is 11. 3.14 times 11 squared, 3.14 times 121, and we get 379.94 units squared. Now, I didn't give you anything here to label, so if there isn't anything here, we're just talking about how many squared units. So that's what this U stands for, units squared. And that's it, finding the area. So really, we just need to remember the formula. The formula is, for a circle, area equals pi times radius squared. See you tomorrow. Bye.